We're getting a lot of questions from you about how to set your staging pricing. At the end of this video today, you're going to know what things you need to consider when you're setting your pricing in your community.
We are Revisions Mentor, and if you haven't already subscribed to us, hit the subscribe button and drop us some comments below. If there are specific questions that you have about setting the pricing for your home staging business or any other aspect of running a home staging business, go ahead and communicate that with us, and we will be happy to answer your questions.
So let's talk about what things we consider when we're setting prices for the jobs that we do here in our town.
Yes, so when we get a call from a real estate agent or a homeowner or a builder, there are a number of things that we have to think about when we are creating a quote for them. And one of the first things that we have to consider is the proximity of the location of where we are installing the furniture from where it's currently located. So if we're moving furniture within the same community, in the same neighborhood, then obviously the moving expenses are considerably lower. Yeah. But if we're moving it from a county, an hour south to the town, 45 minutes north of us, those are other expenses that we need to make sure are covered when we create these quotes.
Right. You have to take into consideration the mileage, the gas expense, the time, and how that's being charged. So and you also need to consider, how you're doing the moving. Are you renting a truck yourself? Mm-hmm. Are you hiring your own independent movers? Are you hiring a moving service, and what are their fees and how do they charge? Is that for a unit of time? Do they charge overage for additional miles? What do they charge extra per hour if you exceed the agreed upon time for the move itself?
Yes. Yeah, we've been able to negotiate with some movers in our community and have kind of a flat rate as long as it's within a certain 30-mile radius, and we can keep it under 2 hours.
So another thing that we want to consider is the inventory that we're using. Is it our own, or are we renting it from someplace and paying a fee for that every month?
Yes. So you want to charge a markup if you do have to rent your furnishings from somewhere, and you want to make sure that expense is covered. And also, do you need to buy new furnishings for this project? Mm-hmm. So if you're going to be spending some of your own capital, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to recoup those costs.
So if you are using your own inventory, you have some flexibility in terms of how you set those prices. If you're going to sign a contract that's 3 months or 6 months with your client, and you're not paying a rental fee, you've got some leverage and some room to maybe do some negotiating that you may not have if you're renting.
The next step is going to require some research on your part. You need to stay competitive within your market. You don't want to undercut other stagers in your community because that detracts from the integrity of the entire field. Do you have more specific questions about setting your pricing for your own staging business? Drop us an email and we will be happy to hop on the phone with you and help you set the prices for your own specific market.
You can also click on the link at the end of this video and have access to our free downloads.
So there's one point that we want to warn you, and that is when you're setting your pricing, you're also setting precedent for future clients. Mm-hmm. So if you offer somebody a rock bottom deal to land the job, just realize that they're going to expect you to price that same way the next time that they come to you. So if you're working with a builder or a realtor, just keep that in mind, because you do want longevity, you do want repeat business, but at the same time, you don't want to offer them a staging job that's so inexpensive that when they come back the next time, it harms you and your bottom line.
What are your questions about what we've talked about so far today? Do you have specific questions about pricing?
We want you to feel confident when you go into a staging consultation and you're creating quotes for your clients.
Thanks for watching.